Always, always, always. No exceptions. Always get a DNA test. If you have children, DNA test them now, immediately. No exceptions. If you're having children, DNA test the children as soon as they are born. As a man, you are not taking care of business, your business, until you have all your children DNA tested. It is a must in today's society. It must be done. So let's go over this story. Wife swaps her husband's sperm with her lover's during IVF process at Russian clinic, but does not tell her spouse until a year after the boy is born. Now, if you look at this picture, I think it says 1,000 words. Just look at her. Look at her eyes. So, I'm not going to bother with the last name, but Yana, 38, swapped husband's sperm for lovers during IVF. Husband Maxim paid for the treatment. Get that? He paid for treatment and thought boy born was biologically his. Only when couple split a year later did Yana tell him that the son, Timothy, wasn't his. He sued the clinic and received £4,000, £4,500 in damages. Is that it? Right, let's go. A Russian man has sued an IVF clinic after his wife admitted that she had swapped his sperm for her lover's during treatment. Maxim only found that his 1-year-old son was not biologically his after their relationship turned sour and his wife admitted to the swap. Can you believe it? So Yana, 38, had reportedly told the clinic she wanted the man she loved to be the father, but had let her husband pay for the treatment and kept him in the dark for the child's first year. Can you imagine? So the husband, Mr. Anorkin, successfully sued the Moscow clinic, which had allowed the swap, and was awarded £4,500 in compensation for his moral and financial damages. If you think £4,500 cuts it, really? I trusted my wife, he said. I believed her and trusted her 100%. That was his first mistake. Well, his first mistake was getting married and having children. That was his first mistake, getting married. There's no need for it in today's society. If you want children, if you want children, what you need to do is you need to save up enough money, and you don't. If you haven't got the money, you don't need to be having children. What you need to do is save up enough money so you can have the children and hire a surrogate, so the child is legally yours. Forget about getting married and all that, because all that is just wealth transfer by the state. All they're doing is transferring your wealth to her. That's all they're doing. Right, let's continue the story. It means that when I was told about it, I was shocked, I was distressed, and I could hardly believe it. Well, fucking no shit. Home video shows him feeding the young child. The court found that he had paid for IVF treatment and had provided his sperm, believing that he would be the father of the baby. Well, you would, wouldn't you? You absolutely would. So Miss Cunt Chops has not spoken about the swap, but reports say she wanted the father of her baby to be the man she loved, and not her husband. So there they are, look, plain happy families. So for a year, Mr. Anokin believed the child to be his and loved and supported the boy called Timothy. Later, the couple split and are now both in new relationships, the court was told. Mr. Anokin said his wife revealed the truth to him when they broke up. Imagine that. It was found out during the investigation in court that Maxim's wife, Yana, was the one who initiated the process of replacing her husband's biological material, reported Vesta. Allegedly, she wanted to give birth to a child by a man with whom she was in love, and her husband was the one who paid the cost. You just can't believe it, can you? This is a classic example of hiring a surrogate. There's just no way around it. DNA test proved that Mr. Anonikin was not the father, prompting him to sue Kalikov Medical Center, which provided the IVF treatment. You cannot believe it. Mr. Anonikin's lawyer, Olga, said the clinic had a duty to her client and could not solely follow the wishes of his wife. Absolutely. It's just absolutely... It's blown my mind as this story. Blown my mind. And this is her ear. This is her ear what allowed it, look. She allowed it. Dr. Leia refused to give evidence, but the court found that staff at the clinic had helped Miss Anonika with the swap. Surely he would have been interested in understanding who exactly was going to be the biological father of his child, she said. The court found that clinic staff assisted the woman in swapping the sperm, reported Vesta. The doctor involved in their case, Liar, which is fucking... It's a perfect name, innit? Liar. Mentioned in the lawsuit, has refused to speak in detail. I'm not giving interviews. I don't want to say a word on this matter, she said. Can you fucking imagine? But asked how a man could be certain he was the real father, she laughed. The doctor laughed and said, only a woman can be sure. Not fucking likely. You need that DNA test. You need that DNA test. DNA test your children now. Now. The statistics are, but correct me if I'm wrong, that 30% of men are bringing up another man's child and they're not even aware of it. That's 30%. That's a fucking lot. That is a lot. 38%. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's the stats. So Dennis, lawyer for Yana, said he could not comment without his client's authorization. Without her agreement, I cannot say a word, he said. Mr. Anakin said he took the case against Yana, now his ex-wife, not for money, but for justice. Absolutely right. I wanted to make this matter public so there are no more cheated men like me. Cheated husbands in the future, he says. It should not happen again. Mr. Anakin now has another son born with IVF treatment to his new partner. He is now happy, but cannot forget the other little boy who for a year he called his son, reported Vesta. Why the fuck has he gone and paid for IVF treatment again? I hope he's had another DNA test again now, this daft cunt. You think he would have, wouldn't you, and learnt his fucking lesson anyway. Miss Anakin is now in a relationship with the biological father of her baby. Right, so I guess that's it on that one. But yeah. Never, ever move in with women, live with women, have long-term relationships with women. Marriage is a death sentence for men. You should avoid it like the plague. If you want children, hire a surrogate. The child will legally be yours, and you must even then get a DNA test. The child will legally be yours after the DNA test, and you'll avoid all the bullshit like marriage, the financial as well as the mental bullshit like marriage, the inevitable divorce, rape, alimony, child support, false domestic violence charges, false abuse charges, jail, and in a lot of cases, suicide. if you are going to have children or you have children, get them DNA tested. And that's it. Right, I think we'll put an end to this story.